Perfect, perfect. Aloha. I am Kāhealani, and I am transmission from Hawaii, from the state of rainbows and living life in paradise. So I'm offering my love and my aloha to each and every one of you, and those on Facebook, aloha, and those on YouTube, aloha. So I'm so happy to connect with each one of you, and I'm here to be present for you. My golden gift is your joy, is your self-love, is your happiness, is your sacred relationships, understanding the game of life, and not just how to play it, but how to win it. So our topic today is ancient rhythms of the earth and your path to abundance, your path to inner mastery, your path to what I now call quantum mastery. And that is that you can have it all. So let's begin. Okay, I am heard. I love it. I love it because I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say because I have journeyed up this mountain of life now for 77 years, and I have learned all along the way. And there's a science to living your best life, your abundant life, to get into the abundant flow of life. And when we've been educated, we weren't really taught that we were already in right relations to life, and that that's all we really had to do. So let's begin our journey. And please jump in at any point if you have any questions. I love engagement because I am a wealth of learning lessons. And wherever you are on the mountain, I am here for you, and I know the journey well. So let's see, Chi Life, healing the world altogether. Yes, that is my intention of what we are really doing as we journey on. So I am Dr. Kāhealani Satchtananda, and I stand for and I share the sacred Hawaiian way. I use pictures because a picture is worth 1,000 words. And I'm not here to teach intellectually. You can read that in all of the books, but that will only give you an intellectual concept. And what we are doing here with the frequencies that are actually being transmitted right now from my Chi Life Center of Hawaii. We are offering connection from my heart to your heart. We are learning a resonant way of being that has always been there. And now we are detoxifying our minds and our hearts and our bodies and our inner circle. We are healing our lives from within. This is what ancient Hawaiians already understood in their mana. So chi, mana, shakti, it's all the resonance vibration. And so let's talk about the sacred Hawaiian way. So it's a legacy of spiritual nobility, a legacy of love, and a legacy of power. And we are integrating the medicine of the ancestors and the medicine of the future. Thank you, Einstein. Thank you, Tesla. Thank you, David Wong. We are bringing those together in the most masterful way, marrying technology. And it's been an amazing ride, an amazing journey, and continues to be so. So technology meets ancient wisdom. So I am the CEO of Chi Life Center of Hawaii, also known as Hale Malama Lama Olapono, Hawaiian Quantum Healing Spa and Wellness Center. So it's really interesting that we have come together because Hale Malama Lama Olapono, that means the house of the most scintillating light of life that is in righteousness, that is in perfect divine alignment. And so I'm really excited about what we do, especially in a time like this when there has been much suffering, much hatred, confusion. So we're going to see how we can make a difference. So I'm a quantum 10x success business coach, Ho'oponopono practitioner, a quantum researcher, and quantum entanglement specialist, quantum wave AI and time waver AI expert. So I have studied frequencies for 40 years, even though I'm still sweet 23. So it's been an amazing journey. Technology meets ancient wisdom. So what I've put together, and actually I created the term quantum mastery. And there may be others that like the term and use it for their own workshops. However, they don't have the chi the mana, the Shakti, and the Ike-Koa knowledge, experience, and wisdom that I have put together in terms of putting those words together, quantum mastery. They don't have that. They may have the intellectual knowledge, but we're going deeper. We're going deeper. So my website is Change Your Frequency, Change Your Life. And you will see that in my journey as first one of the pioneers of holistic dentistry, UCLA 1980, I also got a license in the technology of prayer and speaking the word, which has to do with our relationship with the universe. And so in those days, it was change your thinking, change your life. And as my own journey has refined, I have chosen the website, Change Your Frequency, Change Your Life, because even prayer is a frequency. Even your every thought, your every feeling, your every perception, your every spoken word, and your every performed action. Now that is a lot to be 100% accountable for, all of those frequencies, because all of those frequencies impregnate the universe, and they are never forgotten, and they are never overlooked. And they all have your screen name attached to them. So the universe knows where each one of those is generated from. And that's what quantum entanglement is. And that is why quantum entanglement is so important for us to understand how we are creating our realities. Yes, we are creating our realities. We are first cause in our lives. So that is the good news and the bad news. And that's why the power of AI, which the secrets will be revealed, is so important for our healing, for our self-care, for our self-love, for our healing, and for us to take charge of our lives and no longer play the victim. So this gets very exciting. Now, where did I learn that? Yes, I learned all of these deep truths even before The Secret. However, truly digesting these teachings, it takes practice to change habits and to master the mind. And that is what I coach and teach. And now, frequencies, which are also like 144,000 angels by your side, we can use that to change our habits more smoothly and to really make those changes in our lives successfully. And so AI, what David has put together, is a way that we can immerse ourselves in the frequencies 24/7 while we are awake, while we are doing our household duties, while we are at work, while we journey. I journey across the lava. Big Island is big. And so I find myself with a lot of time that I'm journeying, I'm traveling. And we have the quantum AI that can be placed even in your car. So we can receive the transmissions, we can transform really at an accelerated rate. So I'm very, very excited to share that with you. So let's just look at the source. And Tutu Pele, she's my grandma. And what you're looking at is the power of creation. She is in the moment creating Aina, creating the land. Why is that important? Because we are also in the moment creating our Aina, our masterpiece. We are in this moment creating. And so we want to become so aware of how powerful that is and how powerful we are at our creation. Hapu ke aloha akane. Life is sacred to God. So let's cherish it. That means your life is sacred to God. And it is said that life is a gift from God, and what we do with our life is our gift back to God. So imagine that power, the natural mana and power of the universe, and that through our God intelligence, we now have harnessed that energy, that chi, that shakti, that mana into our superior devices to support our lives, to manifest wealth. The science of wealth frequency, it does begin with the frequency of love, the frequency of harmony, the frequency of balance, the frequency of aloha, and manifesting through success. So concerning matter, we have been all wrong. What we have called matter is really chi, energy, shakti, mana, whose vibration has been lowered as to be perceivable by the senses. There is no matter. There is only light and sound, energy frequency, and vibration. And I say that slowly because, again, I'm not talking to your head. I'm offering transmission into your heart, into your beingness, and allow that to be received with your breath, received at such a deep level. Because, and look at this, this is reality. That is a beautiful picture of all of the energy of the universe, from the lava creating land. And there is the night rainbow, which is very auspicious to be seen. It is a special sign of the frequency that we are resonating on for it to appear. And it appears at special times. And then the vastness of the universe. So that's who we are. And we must understand that you cannot solve a problem from the same logic, linear thinking mind, from the same consciousness that created it. You must learn to see the world anew, to see with the heart, to see as a co-creator, because your perceptions, remember that your perception of the world is a reflection of your own state of consciousness. So whatever we are perceiving, it may not even be true, or some say there are multiple realities out there. And so we want to understand, well, first of all, we want to clean what I call our bowl of light, of data, of past traumas, hurts that may have even come from the womb, the stresses of your mom when you were in the womb. Create a way that we perceive through the glass darkly. And so we want to clean up our bowls of light, which is to clean up our vision so that we can see rightly. You are part of the living field of love that vibrates and oscillates higher than any lower circumstance that you might be temporarily moving through right now. And that is a saying from my children's godfather, Michael Beckwith, who is the founding minister of Agape Church of Religious, well, Agape International Spiritual Center there in Los Angeles, of which I was a founding member back in the 80s there in Los Angeles. Thoughts send out a frequency that vibrate into reality. What you think is what you attract, you magnetize. By this reasoning, your own consciousness is the creator. So if anyone has any thoughts on that, please post it in the chat, because this makes all the difference in the world of manifesting success. And we don't want to just manifest success. We want to manifest success and hold on to it, because there are many people out there that know how to make big money, and then due to some unfortunate situation, they lose it. And then they make big money and they lose it. And honestly, that is how I was trained, because I made big money thinking I'm doing the right thing, like my mother taught me. And then there were molesters and embezzlers, and a very shocking experience. And I went from making $50,000 a month to eating oatmeal on the good days. But that's where I learned how powerful I am, that I had something to do with that from my thoughts and my feelings and my perceptions, and how I was impregnating the universe. And that's where I dusted off my knees and I began to become true to my own self. And I stopped pointing the finger, because when you point one finger, 3 come back at you. And I knew that intellectually, but I got to energize that with taking care of my heart, taking care of my mana, cleaning my bowl of light. And as I did that, my whole world changed. And I no longer attract molesters. I no longer attract embezzlers, because I found the corresponding stone in my own bowl that was resonating and bringing those experiences to me. So now, as a master teacher, I don't just teach you the law of attraction and teach you how to make big money. I also want to go in with you to learn to dissolve those unworthy traumas that are subconsciously within us, that frequencies can reach. Frequencies can reach where medicine cannot reach. And that's why I love working with frequencies to clean our consciousness and our bowl of light. So I've put together frequencies to make big money, frequencies to make big money and hold on to it. Third tier, frequencies to make big money, hold on to it, and now multiply it. Have your money making babies, so that you're not trading time for money. And then there's a 4th tier in my quantum AI that focuses on making big money, holding on to it, creating it to multiply, and then 4thly, not being possessed by it. In the pursuit of happiness, it seems that we never get there. We make the money, we have it all, and we're still unhappy inside, still depressed, or there's always not enoughness. And the ancient Hawaiian way, instead of doing to have, to be, we do the opposite, because kahuna are the true quantum physicists. They understand the mana of this universe. So we know to be, to have, to do. And that beingness, we practice fulfillment. So we begin with fulfillment. We are never searching for it. We know that we are it. And so by cleaning your bowl of light, which we use the frequencies to so easily do, we learn a different way of walking on this earth, walking with the rhythm of the Aina in our perfect whole and completeness in our beingness. And then we take that into our desired manifestation. At the subatomic level, energy responds to mindful attention and becomes matter. And that's Dr. Joe Dispenza, who teaches his level and understanding of this very successfully. And his retreats are thousands of dollars. And I have a 12-week journey that I work with you with the frequencies, and we customize the frequencies according to the stones that are in your bowl of light for you to achieve quantum mastery, for you to manifest your heart's desires and have it all. So this is what you really look like. Woo! Just meditate on this. Just absorb your wholeness, your greatness. The world's #1 quantum healing frequency device is you. You are it. And I think this is what people that sell the different devices, they are all great. I have researched and tested many of them. But the one mistake, no buts, and the one mistake that is made out there a little too often is that they use the same conditioning and mindset that they did when they gave their power to the doctor. So before they had a diagnosis or a condition, they went to the doctor and they got a pill. So they did upgrade and they're using frequency programs, but with the same mindset. I go, I get this frequency program, this frequency device, and they're just trading that for the pill, which is a step forward. However, for your greatest results, which I'm a very result-oriented coach, we have to look at the root cause, because you can have two people with the same diagnosis, but their root causes are different. And so we have the ability to scan your auric field and find exactly where the deficiencies are, where the turbulence is, and then create custom programs for you to optimize your bioenergetic balance. And so it first begins definitely with you changing your thoughts. We want to put that in place. Secondly, to get the device of your choice. Third, I find better results when you also wear a medallion piece to protect your auric field because of all of the bombardment we have with the 5G towers. So I put that in place, and then we create your immersion in AI. And we do that by putting together a program where we can send through the quantum frequencies to your residence or your business. And business people love this because it washes away the stress that is already the number one KILLER, that we've never, up until now, had a true solution. And now with the quantum AI, we are able to immerse you in a way that the stress no longer affects your blood cells and compromises their ability to function. So that alone is such a gift. So we can use it with your building, or me, I'm traveling so much, we can create a quantum protocol for your car and one for your phone, which I do recommend that you choose certain visuals to meditate on as you're using the frequencies, because a picture is worth 1,000 words. What we meditate on, we become. So just as we are looking at this picture, your quantum field is being strengthened just with looking, because of who we are as a quantum healing device. That's what happens with our own consciousness. And so that's why we want to be aware of not looking at violent films or horror pictures and things. That's what has happened with society. They've been meditating on violence and reality TV shows, not knowing that even while you're watching them, even if you don't agree with them, even though you might even be judging them, it, as a quantum entanglement frequency, is going inside of your energetic field, and you are becoming it. And at this point in time, I don't even listen to advertisements on the radio. I will turn it down or off because I understand at a vibrational level, you are becoming that. And Tony Robbins and many prosperous business people understand this dynamic. And that's why they say that you become a sum total of the 5 closest people in your inner circle. It's because of the frequencies, the resonance from your toroidal field. It's completely energetic, and water seeks its own level. And so when you join a community that's aspiring for greatness, just by coming, listening to these webinars or joining our community, you are increasing, even if you don't even understand a word, just in being in the field, you are healing. It's amazing thing to know. Woo! I love this one. So we know 3, 6, and 9. Woo! Those are Tesla's mystical numbers for healing and for manifesting. You should research how much he used these numbers, what he understood about the quantum with regard to these numbers. So breathe in and understand your greatness. You are the world's #1 quantum healing frequency device. And you can have it all. And you can manifest your heart's desires by mastering your mind and using your favorite. Mine are the Chi Coil Max. Oh my God. They have such amazing energy in them, and we can set right all of our relations using them. Energy flows where attention goes. And so this is our symbol for the quantum AI, for us to immerse our bowls of light in frequencies 24/7. So if you want to know any more about how to create your own personal protocol, you can reach me through changeyourfrequency, changeyourlife.com. And soon we will have, well, even on my website, we can do a meet and greet. It's no charge at all for me to talk with you about where you are and where you want to go. And I can offer my recommendations for the best protocol for you. Did anyone hear about this? Yes, no, maybe. Let's see. Okay, Amy, aloha. Yes, you've heard of the 369 method. Okay, so yes, there is a method of repeating it. However, I really want to share with you that it's a lot more magical and a lot more profound to understand the vibrational frequencies of 369 and where and how we can use that with our coils to take us to where we want to go. So please, please set up an appointment with me. We will discuss that and take it further. Yes, I actually didn't know I was 77 because I've been studying this for quite a while and I know the mind is a computer. I understood back, I think I was probably 25. I made a conscious choice to not put that in my computer. So I didn't know how old I was. I completely consciously decided not to carry that information forward because of who we are. And because when we believe something, we go access this power that you're looking at in the pyramid there, and we start manifesting what we believe. And so the mind, when people are turning 30, they're going, oh, I know what happens when you're 30, or I know what happens when you're 40, or I know what happens when you're 50. And they don't realize that they're actually creating that. And so I decided I'm going to know who I am. And I'm sweet 23. And so I love my birthday. Every year I would celebrate my birthday and I would never keep up with the age. So I never experienced what some people experience, turning 30, turning 40, turning 50, turning 60, turning 70. I missed it all because it's not even real. Yes. And then I have a wonderful little granddaughter that's proud of her age, and she just turned 10 and a half 2 days ago. And she politely told me how old I know that I am 77 years in mastery, years in joy. And when you work with me, I teach you to title the movie that you are manifesting. And the movie that I am now manifesting is a good one. The greatest love story ever told. And that's what I'm experiencing. I'm living in the greatest love story ever told. And so age has nothing to do with that. Wisdom does. And so we get to create what we want to create. So in my 12-week journey, I teach you how to write your success story. And when I first learned it, my life story was, how did I phrase that? The mighty victimized martyr. That was the story I was starring in at the time. And then I starred in My Hair is on Fire. Where is God? And then I starred in This Girl is on Fire. And then I began to star in Dancing in the Fires of Yoga. Because by then I knew that I create my reality. Now, there was still some things that needed to be cleaned up a little bit. However, I learned not to resist anything. I learned that traumas and challenge and change, that I had control over that, and that I could conquer crisis and challenge and change by choice as I was learning self-mastery within. Dancing in the fires of yoga, I began to learn that those challenges were serving me, that those challenges were great fortune, that those challenges were lessons that I got to choose, just like this pyramid has different floors, and I could react, and I'd be choosing the basement, and it had its level of lessons. Or I could say, this is a great blessing, which my ancestors taught me to say. This is a great blessing. And as I began to call those traumas and challenges a great blessing, as I began to learn not to resist, but to accept and learn and grow, magic happened, and they became great blessings. And I became the great navigator to manifest the chi life, to manifest an abundant flow of life. It was an inside job, and it has to do with my own thoughts. So it was so amazing. So let's see. Change my website is change your frequency hyphen change your life.com. And you can reach me, you can set up a meet and greet. I'd love to connect with you. I'd love for you to hear what I have to share about the wisdom of walking up this journey. It's my own. I love speaking about this. I survived for you. I survived to spoon feed you the mightiness of this frequency work. So let's see the pyramid. So what has been discussed with the pyramids? They were already so powerful. And so now they have discovered that they're even greater. And that's what we know about ourselves. We're not just these humans separated from Source. We are one with Source and one with each other. And what would happen if we really knew that? And now is our time. So these chi coils are so right in alignment with the coils. It doesn't show on this particular picture, but it is said that these are columns with copper coils spiraling up. So we are right on time with what we need to do to wake up individually and as humanity. You are a beacon of light in the darkness. The science of wealth frequency is self-mastery, and it's manifesting success. So this, the speed of quantum entanglement has been measured, but it is too fast for humans to fully understand. And I would say up until now, because I am a quantum entanglement specialist. I didn't volunteer for that job. This is in my 77 years what I have discovered. I have learned about the quantum, and I have learned that we have these quantum entanglements. And yes, it depends on our observation. That's why our state is so important. That's why we want to learn to respond instead of react. That's why we want to learn to be mindful of our narrative, because God is listening, which my daughter used to tell me all the time. God is listening. God is listening. And your cells are listening. And everyone that you are in quantum resonance with is affected and is listening. And so this right here is what you want to learn. This is why we don't judge another. It is why we want to learn to offer our love to everything. And that as we do, everyone benefits. Everyone comes into the most amazing harmony. But we will speak on that. Quantum physics is where they hide the scientific proof of spirituality. So meditate on this. Your life is sacred to God. We have a certain amount of time to be here. I was taught that at the end of this life, they measure how many moments we have spent in love. We want to cherish our time. We want to spend it in harmony and in love and in radiance, serving our own life force. This is a powerful picture for us to meditate on as we ask ourselves what it is that we want to create in our lives and where are we going. You are the quantum, and your mana matters. That's the greatest thing I ever learned. And living with nectar dripping on my heart in every moment. It's worth it. So I came across this photo. I didn't say I was coming back. I said the Christ was. That's the energy of the soul fully connected to the divine through the human heart. You all have to bring that back through your own lives. Interesting. The world's #1 quantum healing frequency device is your golden heart. And I would love to share with you the tools on how to clean it, your sacred ball of light. The fundamental fabric of this universe, the Chi Life Center of Hawaii, superpowers, transmissions, and transformation. We use the Chi Life frequencies. The work we do on ourselves becomes our gift to everyone else. There is a difference between intellectual concepts, reading books, going to lectures. I took notes in church for years. Between knowing the path and walking the path. I invite you to play with me, walking the path, learning to write your success story, and not letting anyone else hold the pen. Not even letting your little me hold the pen. Abundance flows into my life with ease and grace. This is who you are. You are the quantum connection. We want to use the frequencies and our prayers, the technology of prayer, to open up and become our best selves. That's where the riches are. And then it's easy to manifest those in our lives. The secrets of the universe are upon us. So I've created that video with a dear friend, Stephen Halpern. And anyone that wants a copy of it, it does have the quantum frequencies infused into it. We put that together for the Lahaina fires, of which I was displaced in the Lahaina fires. And so many have suffered the traumas of going through the fires. And it's been over a year now, and many still suffer those changes and traumas. And now it even happens in Pacific Palisades, which was a recreation for me because I went to school there. And so many traumas and things many diagnoses and things are happening around the world right now. And so we must align ourselves with the frequencies that heal, with the frequencies that transform. And that is the work that we do. So if you're interested in the whale video, the whales come to Maui every year. And after the fires, they chanted a different song. When they come, they do not eat in Maui. They come to make love and give birth. That's the frequency of the Aina. They go up to Alaska to dine and to eat. When they come here, the male whales chant a specific song. And every year they add a beginning verse and they delete the last verse, and all of the whales know it. And after the fires, their song was so discernibly different that I knew that that was important. And so Stephen Halpern and I created this healing musical quantum AI frequency portal for anyone that is going through any forms of challenge, crisis, and change. So when you're immersing yourself in the chi coils, it is also good to bring in sacred sound and visualizations to truly receive the blessings. So let me know. The whales are so magnificent. It's so exciting every time they come. And they usually come on my birthday, September 29th, or my granddaughter's birthday, October 7th. So somewhere between there. And so that is a great time to come to Hawaii and to be with the whales. And they're usually here. Actually, they probably just left. So we have a certain time that we get to have the whales. Yes. You can connect with me. I'll be happy for you to experience. It's called Love Heals, Sacred Waters and Living Prayers. And for me, that is what these frequencies are. That is what Stephen Halpern is the father of New Age music. And even back in 1980, when I had my dental practice, can you imagine coming to the dentist and hearing the most angelic, sacred sounds? He's the father of New Age music. So I would only play his music in my dental practice. And so I am so grateful for his generosity that we've been able to put this together for you. So I always love to end with the prayers of Mahatma Gandhi. And when I do my workshops and seminars, I always offer these prayers because they are magical. And honestly, just these prayers have everything in it. And I ask my clients to look in the mirror every morning and say these prayers. So, Karen, are you there? Can you be my counterpart? And can we hear you so we can do the call and response version? Thank you. I offer you peace.
I offer you peace.
I offer you love.
I offer you love.
I offer you friendship.
I offer you friendship.
I hear your needs.
I hear your needs.
I see your beauty.
I see your beauty.
I feel your feelings.
I feel your
My
feelings.
wisdom flows from a higher source.
My wisdom flows from a higher
I
source.
salute that source in
I salute that source in you.
Let us work together.
Let us work
I
together.
love you dearly. I'm sending so much love through the breath of